This year isn't about becoming new. It's about becoming more intentional with who I already am. And in 2026, that's exactly my plan, is to get to know me way more than I think I already do. It's funny how easily we can trick ourselves into thinking something because of outside influences, because of societal expectations. We think we want something, we think there's a part of us that's integrally who we are, but then when we pay attention to our actual feelings, it just does not align. And I've been discovering that more and more. In my Vlogmas videos, I talked a lot about how I'm rediscovering myself, how there is an aspect of me that I kind of dimmed in order to make others feel more comfortable or better about themselves. And the more that I've reflected and taken an honest look at my current relationships, my current friendships, the more I see that mindset actually affecting those relationships. I think my default is I think of other people's feelings and their comfort before my own. And a big part of my rebrand going into 2026, it's actually January 4th as of the time that I'm filming this, is to be more authentic to me and to really deeply dive into everything that is me that I like about myself. Leaning more into that, trusting that, and letting that guide my decisions moving forward. And I think living alone has really helped to hyper focus on my needs. Obviously, I'm not thinking about other people in this house. I have only really my opinion when it comes to the groceries that I buy and the furniture that I chose to furnish this place. That has been nice, by the way. It can be so quiet living alone. That can scare a lot of people. But in that quiet, in that stillness, is where a lot of clarity can be had, pretty much. If you are always listening to other people talking, or if there's always a presence around. I know for me, I tend to lean into that, and I love people. I love asking them questions, and I let them kind of fuel my energy whenever I'm around them. But when that's removed and you only have yourself, you can really discover who you are, what you really like, what you don't like, without that filter of other people or other noise that's coming into your head. It's because of that quiet reflection that I've been able to do the past couple months. I have been able to focus on some values that I want to carry into 2026. And I want to go into some of those with you in this video. One thing that I will be intentionally doing in 2026 is choosing systems that are simpler, slower, and more sustainable. I have this tendency to overthink, overcomplicate, and paralyze myself with the amount of choice that there is out there. Because I know that about myself, I absolutely need to work on my discipline. And something that will help me be more disciplined is to be more simple when it comes to things and not consider every option out there. I just need to focus more, absolutely focus more, and not waste so much time contemplating the other things that I could be doing or the other options out there. Instead of spreading myself so thin over multiple things, I really just have to be really good at a few things. That will fill my energy tanks so much faster. It'll be way more efficient. And I will actually, I think, master something if I live life that way. There's that phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. And I think I'm absolutely that jack of all trades. Some might argue that I have mastered a few things, but I really don't think I am doing things as good as I could be doing them. So I just have to be more, harsher about culling out the stuff that's really not adding value to my life. And a way to help me stay on track with that is to establish routines. I mentioned that I've been trying to do routines for a while now, and that has really helped me become way more focused. If it doesn't fall into my set routine, I don't do it. And because I have been following these routines now for a few months, I have seen the benefits of it. I definitely know how hard it is to stick to something. So if you start something and it falls apart day 2, that's okay. Start again tomorrow. If you don't do it that following day, do it the next day. Just don't give up on that thing. Just keep going. And soon, one day will turn into 2 days, and those 2 days will turn into 3, and maybe you stop day 4. Just keep going. Another thing that I am focusing on in 2026 is an emphasis on self-care. I'm already doing that. I already have been doing that for a while, but I want to be way more intentional with it. I think back in the last months of 2025, they were more of an experimental stage where I was trying quite a few things to see what worked. And now that we are into the new year, I have seen my skin just really improve from very specific products, which I'll share with you at some point and let you know what those products are and what those routines are. But because of that experimental stage, I know what works for me and I want to stick to that and keep doing that into 2026. A big benefit of doing that, of finding products that work for you, is that you'll naturally have less in your medicine cabinet or wherever you keep your skincare and beauty stuff. You'll start to weed out things that don't work for you, and you'll start to establish the holy grail items that you go out for. You go to pick up, and it's the same product every time. That makes life so much simpler. It stops you from being tempted to go and shop and impulse buy things because like, why would you try this new thing when this thing has been working for you? So you'll stick to that thing. So a big slogan for me that I'm going to try to remember in 2026 is less is more and quality over quantity. I know that concept has been said so much and it's so cliche at this point, but it's so true. Applying that to as many aspects of your life as possible will vastly improve it so much. And if you just keep that first and foremost, because I don't think a lot of people think that way, that's a very quick and easy way to rebrand yourself. And the results of that will definitely show and people will absolutely notice. For example, clothes. You don't need a million clothes. It's expensive, it's not good for the environment. So when it comes to dressing yourself, spend a little bit more on a few things rather than fast fashion. A clothing brand that I think absolutely embodies this whole idea of timeless, classic, sustainable clothing that is very good quality is Quince. They reached out to me asking if I wanted to try a few of their pieces, and when I looked at their website, I fell in love with all of their clothes and a few of their jewelry too. One thing that stood out for me when I looked at their website was the fact that a lot of their clothing are staples, things that you want in your closet that can go with a bunch of things that are comfortable, that can be dressed up or dressed down, and you will look like $1,000,000 because the fabrics that they use and the materials are very, very good quality. I have been loving this boxy fisherman cardigan with these adorable buttons, and it sits at the perfect height. But this cardigan goes with so many things. This cardigan is made from 100% organic cotton and comes in so many colors. I chose a speckled beige because it goes with everything, and I don't want to think too much when it comes to my clothes. I want to be able to throw things on, and the more pieces go with other pieces, the easier it will be when it comes to dressing yourself in the morning. I only really like green as a pop of color on me, so everything else in my wardrobe tends to be neutral, like beiges, whites, blacks. I know it sounds boring, but when it comes to your clothes, that's okay. You want people to not really notice your clothes at the end of the day. You want your clothes to enhance you and not be a distraction, because that actually dims you as a person, I think. This cardigan is usually $203 Canadian, but right now it's on sale for $70. There's a huge sale on Quince's website right now for a lot of their beautiful staple pieces. So if you're looking for beautiful, high quality staples to minimize your wardrobe but enhance it at the same time, I would go to their website. There is a link down below. Another piece that they sent me that I have been loving are these 14 karat mini hoops over here. Someone in my comments in a previous video mentioned that they only wear 14 karat gold, and there's a reason for that. 14 karat solid gold is a material you can wear all the time in the shower, and you don't have to take them off. Not only do these minimalistic hoops go with any outfit, but the gold is sustainably sourced, and they just look so cute. I love them. I pretty much never take them off, so that has saved me some time in the morning. First of all, deciding what earrings to wear, and then second of all, having to put them on, having to actually physically put them on, which you might not think takes a lot of time, but any bit of time I can take back to do other things, the better. And these are also on sale. I've been pretty much living in this cardigan. I love it so much. It has been very cold here in Canada lately, so it's been nice to just throw on this cozy cardigan when I'm doing my errands, and it's not so bulky that it's stuffy underneath my coat. And I like that I could just wear it around the house too. Just my favorite piece of clothing in my wardrobe right now. Love it. I took some time after Vlogmas to really rest and spend that quiet time again to reflect and think about what I really wanted to do. And one thing that I have always wanted to do and never wavered on was share my knowledge about soap making because of how much I love this. I absolutely want to keep doing that into 2026. I will keep sharing my recipes, like the recipe for this classic French lavender soap that I have been making now for close to 9 years, maybe over 9 years now. But I keep making it the same way with the same scent blend because I love it. I really do want the next chapter of my life to be like this soap, a constant knowing of how awesome it is and not trying to change that. Maybe enhance it with different additives over time, or maybe I'll experiment with different oils. But I always want to be true to myself because a classic is a classic for a reason. Now, when it comes to making this soap, you can make it as fancy as you want to. Like right now, I'm mixing up some alkanet root infused oils with lye water, which gives us this amazing blue shade. It's not going to stay blue, it's going to turn purple over time. You don't have to go this crazy with lavender soap. Really, when it comes to lavender soap, the star is the scent. So you can do all of this, or you can have it pretty plain. And because of how widespread and how popular lavender is, I wanted to provide both versions of this recipe to you guys. One where it's a very simple, beginner-friendly one that anyone can do, and also an artisan, more advanced version, which is what I'm doing here in this video. I have both of these available on my Etsy for you guys to purchase, and I want to do more of that also in 2026, is making this knowledge, my recipes, my formulas, more available to as many people as possible, not just people who want to sign up for my Patreon. Although on Patreon, there's a lot of perks. You get direct access to me, guaranteed access to me, also the blog posts that accompany the formulas and the recipes. But I've gotten a lot of great feedback ever since I added a digital file to an Etsy shop, which is linked up below. I only have one recipe on there now. You guys love that idea, so I'm going to keep doing that. This soap is a tallow soap, but it also has some great oils like hemp seed oil, sunflower oil. It's a great soap. I really like it. Making this soap is so calming because of the lavender scent as well. I did make this soap and film me making this soap in my old house, and it's a little weird, I must admit, editing the footage, but I do remember my state of mind. Although there was a lot going on, I wasn't really sure about my future at that time. Looking back, this feels like a lifetime ago. So much has happened. Even though it is a little awkward, I do feel an overwhelming sense of pride with how much I have done and where I am now. So this is pretty cool also to watch back. There is a lot going on behind the scenes as well, which is why I haven't been back yet. It's been a month, I think, over a month since I last posted, and I'm so sorry. I see your messages. I know it's just with me moving back to Canada, there's a lot of moving parts going on, and I am definitely getting to the point where things are starting to feel normal and I'm getting on a very steady footing. The biggest difference between this transition and all of the others obviously has been the fact that I'm doing it all on my own. But there's this really great feeling that I know everything that is happening and I'm in charge of everything. And even though I'm going at it a little bit slower than if I had had some help, I do think that it's in everyone's best interest to know everything that's going on when it comes to their business and who is doing their accounting, for example, and how you are organizing and managing your books and organizing the accounts. I think as business owners, that's something that we should absolutely have 100% knowledge on. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be able to redo that again. And it's been nice. It's been very educational, to say the least. There's also a lot of content that I have planned that I still need to film and edit and post for you guys. I have so many materials and supplies that I need to unbox, and I want to actually unbox them for you live. That's something that I'm toying with and thinking about doing in the future, is being live, because I haven't really done that a lot. I don't know if I've ever really done that, but I think as time goes on, I'm getting more and more confident in doing that. So I want to make that available and try it, because I do want to get to interact with you guys in real time. So that is all coming. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, a little bit of a different one. I'm really glad to be back, and I'm really glad that you guys are still here watching. Thank you to Quince for the beautiful pieces. If you're interested, there is a link down below, as well as links to the Etsy and the Patreon where you can find the recipe for this gorgeous soap. So until the next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and keep making beautiful things. Bye guys.